Hi there. It's been a long time that I did a video post. I wasn't finding any topic worth enough to do a video post. But finally, I could find out something that actually made me realize that I should do this one. I was watching this podcast of Andrew Huberman where he had called Maya Shankar as his guest. Maya Shankar is a PhD in cognitive science and she is a senior advisor for social and behavioral science team to White House. Maya Shankar has a story, and the story goes like this. As a kid, Maya Shankar was obsessed with playing violin, and so much so that she dreamt of herself being a professional violin player. Uh, and and her identity became that of a violinist first, and then Maya next. But an unfortunate event happens, and she meets an accident, and then she is rendered not to play the violin again, and it is this time that she understands, and that is what she puts forth in the podcast, is that her identity of a violinist is foreclosed, and she has to dig in herself to figure out what is the essence of her identity as a violinist, and then she figures out a new career for herself. Apart from this story, there is another story that I was able to link to, is when during an interview Simon Sinek mentions that, and this typically happens with sports persons, is that sports persons in their pursuit of excellence in their sports or in their personal growth often engage and disengage with people who help them to grow to the next level. So and they use those people as stepping stones to achieve their goals. Those who are left behind, they feel that this person used me, and those whom with they associate, they feel that this person is aligning with them to get to the next level or to his glory. But as these sport person come to their own retirement, there again they face the same consequences like what Maya faced, is the foreclosure of their identity as a professional sports person, and then they probably hunt for friends, extended family, with whom they could uh, move into their new identity of a retired sports person, which becomes very difficult for them because there are hardly any people left who understand them as to how they have conducted them over the years. Cut to this, in one of the interviews, the famous cricket commentator Harsha Bhogle mentions that retired sports persons, especially cricketers in India, find it very difficult to spend their post-retirement jobs as businessmen, because there's so much of things are done for the cricketers in this country because of the huge popularity that they have, that once they foreclose their identity as cricketers and become ex-cricketers, the hunger to do business is not in them because they have always been served, and that's when they realize that their past identity no more helps them to get things done in their future identity. Now, when I look at these three examples and compare that to our corporate world, I realize that when we start into a corporate world, we are mostly individual contributors, and then from there we move into managing a team or managing a project, and then we move into leadership role. It's this transition from one role to another role, from individual contributors to leading a team or leading a project or leading a account, leading a particular vertical, is where the maximum friction happens, because we have to foreclose our identity as an individual contributor and move into and grow into an identity of a different role. And this is where the maximum friction, maximum learning, and maximum confusion happens, as uh, that identity transitions is not that smooth. This is where I believe that the L&D of the corporate should seep in, and I repeat, it should seep in and not step in, because moving into a different identity is a behavioral change as well, and they should handhold step by step, nudge by nudge, so that this transition is smooth and the new identity that the person gets through is far more fulfiller, with lots of examples to learn from and lots of reflection to input in that. This, I think, was an interesting joining the dots of a foreclosed identity. There was a lot of learning for me, as well as a lot of leadership lessons also here. So that's it. Let me know how do you feel. Thank you.